Hello folks off YouTube, my name's Ian and welcome to my channel, welcome to this episode of Take It Bits. And what we're going to take bits, a blood cell centrifuge washer. And we're going to try and see how it works. Not if it works, but see how it works. I've never come across something like this before in my life. And I don't imagine there being a great deal of scrap in it. But it was given to me by a friend and a subscriber. And I would say thank you very much. You know who you are. It was given to me. If I say 18 months to 2 years ago, it's probably more like 3 years. And it's been sitting here taking up space. As you know, if you watch, I have now got all this space down here. Because this unky chunky thing is now sitting on the bench. This is what I've been working towards, creating space so I can get rid of bigger things. Like I said, what have we got? It's a blood cell washer. We all know how centrifuges work. You spin things round and heavier things get, so it'll spin round, that'll flip out. Heavier things by centrifugal force will be thrown to the far end or to the bottom of whatever's in the test tube, more than likely. And I guess, as we know, blood, red, contains hemoglobin, which is iron. And iron's heavier than other things, than water and plasma and other things that's in your blood will get sent to the bottom. And I guess that's how they're going to strip bits out of your blood. And I guess there's a system to, because it's just a washer, so I guess there's a system of putting liquids in and taking liquids out. Have a look at the front. It's just a panel with an on-off switch and controls. Made in Switzerland, I think it said. Panel at the side, nothing there to talk home about. The backside's got an outlet of some description, a pump of some description. That I guess goes into there. That's obviously broke off, and I would say it goes into there. So there's a pump. There's nothing. Oh. Power outlet, power inlet. You know we have to try. We have to try and switch it on. And that's the other side. Just happen to wonder. I wonder if I've got a power lead handy. Oh, look what I've got, Andy. Who's Andy? Let's plug it in. Let's take it bits first. It can only go bang, can't it? Yeah, with a centrifuge, it might go bang spectacularly, and that we don't want. However, we'll retire to a safe distance and switch on. I don't expect anything to happen. And you know what? I were right. Nothing did happen. Oh, no. Things did happen. It's alive, I tell you. It's alive. What? No nacelle. That says nacelle pump. auto, open lid. Wow. Oh, there we go. We're in. Right. Ah! So you spin that fast, and as you can see, those are on a pivot. So you have a test tube in there. You put liquids in them. As you spin them fast, they'll eventually flirt up like that. Heavier stuff will sink to the bottom, and I guess there's some way of taking off the lighter stuff. That was one hell of a... Ooh. Oh, I can smell burning. We can smell burning. So we'll leave it on, won't we? Tell you what, you need smell-o-vision. You don't smell right. I guess without the nacelle, which I guess is the pump round the back, attached, nothing's going to happen. And we can it's not smelling right. Hang on, we'll switch it on again. We'll open the lid and we'll turn it off. There goes it smells. It smells the burn. Right, see a screw, take it off, take it out, all day long you'll have good luck. I'm just going to whip the sides off. What have we got in here? We've got a motor, not with a lot of empty space, to be quite honest. So we've got a transformer. We know that's a pump. That's a motored pump. A board with transformers on. Motor. Focus. Fan to keep it cool. I'll take the other side off and see how we go from there. Well, the hinge is off. The other side off, we can see straight through, so we're seeing it from a different point of view now, aren't we? A board, a daughter board, ribbon cable, another board that will be to the control panel. I unlocked it. It didn't automatically lock. A thick piece of acrylic. Put that there. Right, now I have had it powered up, so I just have to be, when I start going in there, be a little bit careful if there's any capacitors that might hold the charge. If I see any, I probably need to short them out first. But I think we get the top off, I think. One screw there, other screws. See a screw, just take them out. Aye. So as I start to undo these thumb wheels, and that one I undid and come back, I touched it and it looks like that slides off. So we have got a pump. How does it work? that spins round. There's little rollers, so whatever comes in here is then pushed round and round. Not as happy about that. I don't know what this liquid is. It's so old, I think anything that's biological will have lost any potency by now, unless it's Ebola or anthrax, probably. But we'll stick some gloves on and carry on regardless. Just go and I do have barrier cream on as some sort of protection. Well, it seems to me, because that just lifted off, it's left two studs there with a nut there and there. So I guess this is easily removable for cleaning blockages. I'm going to say that gook is actually that lubricant. We'll wipe that off. So we have a brass drive wheel. We turn that round, and as I said, that pinches and it forces whatever liquid's down and out, in, down and out. Interesting. Let's put that to one side. That in the bin. Screws there. From this angle I can see the screws holding the front on. There. Oh, that's on an hinge. Oh, there we go. Get that off. Snippy snips. Snips. Cut the won't go hammer and tongue, we'll just cut the cable ties. I want to be a bit careful because, I say, it has been energised. I don't know, I can see a capacitor in there. Well, let's snip these cables with the insulated snips. Oh, nothing went bang. 2 more screws. And we got the panel off, and the panel is iron, chrome iron, chromed iron. Oh well, we're doing this because we want. I can smell that burn. I can't see anything burning. Screws at the back, holding it on there. It is scrap after all. The reason I say that, and this is a bad habit of mine, it's just using the hammer. You can see from under there. Well, I can. Those screws holding, that bottom one is holding this to this. But to get that, it's like the way you fit a Aspen padlock. Once it's there, you can't get at the screw. And unless I use a left-handed screwdriver or a screwdriver bit in a ratchet, I can't get that screw off. Now I can access that screw. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Not your delicate way really, is it? But it's scrap. Does it matter? I'm not putting it back together again. Oh, that's because the motor's heavy. It's not stuck. Oh, there we go. Right. What can you see? Oh, something's come loose. Something's come loose. Right. Let's swivel round a bit, eh? Oh dear. It's all falling to bits. Right, there we go. I'm a little bit, like I said, I'm a bit worried because it's been energised. Let's have a look at that. So there's a board here full of IC chips, speaker. There's a capacitor. On the back side, control panel. So maybe we just yank that off. Ribbon cable. Leave that down there for the moment. There's a capacitor there. Right, and another capacitor there. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to snip these capacitors off. Like that. So if it does, any other capacitors? Well, there's lots of things, lots of capacitors. All these are probably capacitors. Let me snip a few things. I want to try and make sure it won't give me a shock. So first of all, folks, I found something interesting straight away, and that's the door locking mechanism. What a chunky piece of die cast. It's 240 volts. Okay, it's got a pipe there that leads to nothing. So it's kind of like a vacuum pipe, maybe. So we have a switch at this end and a solenoid in there. So looking at the way this works, solenoid pushes forward, locks the lid on, which you'd want the lid on if this was whizzing round at God knows how many thousands of revolution. That's going to probably shoot forward, produce some, wherever if it's closed in, the air's got to go somewhere, so I guess the air goes down there and out. To make sure that the solenoid's off, you can see the piston there, and then this red button is a micro switch because it goes to 2 leads at the back. So it's a bit of a fail-safe that will say, hang on, you can't work because solenoids, the gate's not closed, surprisingly. Right, that goes down to there. Transformer, power in, goes to this board here, daughter board. Now, interestingly enough, there's some posts there, several posts, but no screws through the post, through the screw holes. That tells me somebody's had a look at this, condemned it, and no point putting the screws back in. Right, that goes to something. Right at the bottom end of the drum, there's a pipe. So that's either any liquid spills, has somewhere to drain, or if it's whizzing round, any centrifugal force is moving the air, has got somewhere to go, rather than building up pressure and maybe blowing the lid off. I don't know. So that's that. Got a fan there to keep things cool. 2 leads going to the outside. So that's where the pump was. What we're going to say the nacelle. Remember, it wouldn't work because there's no nacelle present. So I'm guessing that because there's nothing in between those, that pipe, and because it did detect anything, it's saying there's nothing present, so it wouldn't work. Transformer, I've already said, a geared motor with its own transformer. Another transformer. A Hermetech AC ACMR 15 MPC microprocessor controller, very likely, made in Switzerland. There was another capacitor, 1,000 microfarads. Ooh, that'd make a spark, wouldn't it? Over there, we have left it a while, and to be honest, we did get an insulated screwdriver, and we went around touching all sorts and earthing it and doing this and shoving it in places and across the fuses, and I'm quietly confident now that there's no power in there now. It's all dissipated. Well, Scrapwise, not a great deal, is there? Nothing to write home about. Let me tell you what, let me take this board out, take all the bits out, and then move over to the motor, because that's got some interesting bits on it. It didn't take long to get that bare. Those stub posts are brass, so we'll have them off. My ends fell off. Every little helps. Well, that's pretty much bare. I've taken that out, and we'll have a look at that in a second. As for this, yeah, I don't know. There we go. Till we go outside. Oh, my bench is looking tidier. What have we got? We got a board. And there don't appear to be much on it. A MOSFET, another one, a transistor. Oh, those look interesting. See if I can zoom in. Probably appears to be a transistor of some, a resistor of some sort, but it's variable, and you can stick your end in. Look at the size of that. And alter the resistance. Probably, I don't know. Like I say, there ain't anything home. As I said, there ain't anything to write home about. A couple of big diodes. Aluminium. Brass inside there, they're not gold plated. In fact, there's nothing gold on here at all, is there? Even the pins aren't gold. We'll put that to one side. That's that daughter board. I tested one, a copper, so we will end up snipping them off. And they can go in the nickel plated copper tub somewhere. Solenoid, say that capacitor, more capacitors. There's nothing there to write home about. I think in the next video we'll put some power to this pump, maybe to, oh, not to the transformer, that's just scrap. Nothing there. Let's tidy up a bit. And where did the front go? The front went there. Well, where did the board go? Off the front. That's that. Oh, it's there. So we got this other board with these mounted IC chips, a speaker, a rather large crystal oscillator, let's split this board apart. All the screws out of that. We can lift it up. That looks like to be aluminium. Whoa, gold. There's gold in them there boards. So a little bit of gold. Anything to write home about? So there's gold on that side. And some gold flashing on those. Appears to be the only gold on these boards. Yeah, as I said, nothing to write home about. Well, we'll have the crystal oscillator off. We'll have them off. That goes, we'll strip that, that'll go into the aluminium pile. Right, so that 2 wires went through the casing to this. This had a pipe going in and a pipe going out. But all that's on the inside is just two wires. So I guess those 2 wires, and it's glass in between. I guess they just detect whether or not there's a current flowing between them, in which case saline in your blood, it conducts electricity. It's going to be in the very micro volts, micro amps, and if there's no liquid in there, it ain't going to work. It makes you think, if it had taken those off and shorted it together, would it have fired up? We'll never know, will we? We'll never know. But we might still be able to fire the motor up. Not tonight. Scrapping Irish is on Shark Scrapper. Well, let's carry on. Look at the motor. It's not light, it's heavy enough. Right. That just pulls off. So that's on a peg in the middle of there. And that thumbnail. That then fits into that peg into that shaft there. It's not it's stainless steel. Right. I've got a motor that's that spins very nicely. Very nicely. Nothing wrong with that bearing. What do you do with that? Let's have a look at the motor side of it. There's nothing like banging your motor onto the bench, is there? So let's have a quick look at this. We'll tilt you sideways. We've got a Lamborghini head SA. We know it's 240 volts. We're looking at 20. My eyes are not so good. 2860 revolutions. It's 50 hertz. It's 0.7 amps. 220 volts. That means it's IP, whether it's water resistant or whatever, at that time when this was made. I've just unplugged it from the board. Now, I'm going to have to do a little bit of research because I want to fire this motor up. Right, the capacitor, there, where are we? 4 microfarads. Normally, when I see motors, the capacitor, the wires go into the feed. The feed goes into there and then out. That's obviously been done on the board. The wires to the motor, live and neutral, 2 ground wires, 2 earth wires, and a black wire, which is probably a sensor wire. So a 2-speed motor. Yeah. Fun in wiring that up, getting some power to it. And in the next vid, why not? It can only go bang, can't it? The motor itself, it's got this interesting device on top, which I pull the wires off, so it tells me it's a brake. That's a solenoid. That will, when initialized, push that up, and that will stop the motor. And you can see there's a flat spot there, so obviously been used and unscrewed, turned round. So yeah, it spins round, and that'll pop up and stop the motor. There's not a lot to do. 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts to take the motor out. That's interesting. How do you get at that one? How do you get at that one? So I've got to take off the capacitor, got to take off the brake mechanism. That will allow me to get at that. This is straight out. But even if, come on, spin you around, spin round, Matthews. Even if I take that off, doesn't leave a lot of gap there to get it out. Ian will get it out, don't worry. Well, I disassembled that motor, and what a faff that was. So it came through there, and there was a bearing on that side. You couldn't just hammer it through. There's a screw down that hole. I found this. I thought, oh, bearing puller. I'll try using that. I have never used one of these in my life. Now I think there's something missing. I think there's something goes through them holes. because you need 5 hands to get that round the bearing, hold it in place while you tighten that up. I did it eventually, so I pulled that off. As I said, I had to stop it. I had to take off the braking mechanism because it wouldn't let me get at that. In fact, I haven't managed to get that out actually. See, how did they put that in? But I managed to unscrew it and lift it off. The others come out. That is still, that's kind of captive. How did they put that in? I don't know. Not really enough to worry about. Next video we'll stick some power to this. See if we can make it fire up. Put some power to the solenoid, see if that works. We got quite a hefty 5 kilogram, easy 6 kilogram chunk of stainless steel. We got some transformers, some very light cable. We got some iron. We've already took that outside. Got this, which is a bunch of plastic. Oh, that'll be stainless steel. Indeed it is. So I can take that off. There's no weight there really. Get off. And we got this, which is the lid. Now I reckon if I break that off, yeah, why don't I? Well, I did, and how dangerous was that? So there's a groove, and that thin plastic's set in that groove. Right, so it was just a matter of a chisel, start chiseling it round. It acted like glass, it shattered. It's only glued in 1, 2, 3 places. So you broke it there, that part lifted out, then it shattered, leaving shards of glass-like plastic sticking up. Knife, chisel. But I do end up with a body chunk of, like say, what is that? 20 millimeters thick perspex. So if I want to make a safety guard for my grinder, I don't mean the angle grinder, bench grinder, I've got some very thick perspex. And it was designed to stop something flying out of there at 2,860 revs a minute. It should work on a grinding stone. Right, folks, that is as much use as a chocolate fire guard. There's got to be something missing. There's got to be like a elastic band or a bungee cord that goes round there so you can put it round and it holds it in place while you tighten that down. Otherwise you need 5 hands. All in all, folks, sitting on it. We're going to wind this up now because I think the more interesting stuff is when we start putting power to those things in the next video. But what did we get? Sitting on it for 2 to 3 years, waiting to make that viral YouTube video, really wasn't worth it. My ears are burning already with what you lot are saying. Right, hope you enjoyed the teardown. Scrap value minimal, interesting. The next video is going to be better where we start putting power to those bits. Right, enjoy yourself. I'm off to Scrapping Irish. See you in the next one. Take care now.